wondered if a black talk radio station would work in Southern California.
Y'all did it!
Well, KBLA Talk 1580 toasts its 3rd anniversary on Juneteenth, and you're invited to celebrate with us.
Hey, Tabby Smiley, talk about.
All you have to do is go to KBLA1580.com right now and sign up. Admission is free, but mandatory, and space is limited. Once we reach capacity, we'll have to cut off the online registration, but it's open right now.
Oh my God.
So don't delay.
Thank you guys for being the best at what you do.
Log on to KBLATalk1580.com right now and register to join us for an afternoon of good music, good people, and good vibes.
Happy anniversary.
Wednesday, June 19th, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. We will provide the food and drink, but be sure to bring your low-back chairs, blankets, and your personal picnic baskets.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Let's celebrate 3 years of being the most trusted, credible, and reliable source of news and information.
We love you, KBLA.
We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're black and stride again.
Black and stride again. Happy anniversary.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn!
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
I'm Dr. Orion Taraban, and this is Psych-Hacks, Better Living Through Psychology. And the topic of today's short talk is inequality is the basis of relationship. Now, this sounds somewhat counterintuitive, but I hope to demonstrate the truth of this statement in today's episode. Most people believe that equality is the basis of relationship, and that can't be further from the truth. But before I explain why this is the case, please remember to like this episode and subscribe to this channel. It takes less than a second, costs you nothing, and it's a great way to help spread this message. So if you like what you're hearing, then please do the thing. And if you're thinking about going to grad school, then you need to check out my GRE self-study program at stellargre.com. You can use the code PSYCH for 10% off all membership plans. Here's the thing. People need things from other people, and the medium through which value is transacted is a relationship. No relationship, no transacted value. And when the value of the proposed transaction is equal, no transaction occurs, and therefore no relationship is possible. Allow me to demonstrate this. Imagine I were to come up to you and say, hey, I'll give you this dollar bill for that dollar bill. Would you do it? It's kind of a strange request, right? You might respond, are you asking me to break that dollar into quarters so you could do laundry or something? As the same value in a different form might be more useful under certain circumstances. But if I responded, no, I just want that particular dollar bill, what would you think? At this point, you might start to wonder, is there something special about my dollar bill? Like, is it a misprint? Was it printed in a valuable year or something? Or conversely, you might suspect, is there something wrong with his dollar bill? Is this some kind of scam? This doesn't make any sense. The point is that you would begin to suspect the existence of some degree of inequality to make the proposed transaction explicable. So would you do it? Well, you might think $1 isn't that big of a risk, so if I'm getting scammed, I'm really not losing much. But if I were to repeat the same experiment with higher valuations, this $100 for that $100, this $1 million for that $1 million, you would become increasingly reticent. This is not just because the proposal is suspicious. If we assume that everything is legit and above board, the equal transaction is actually a net loss to both parties. Why? because nothing is gained for the expenditure of time and effort to execute the transaction, which could have been more profitably spent in another transaction. Both parties spent resources, time, and energy for no gain. That's a loss. So equality is not the basis of a transaction, and no relationship is possible on these grounds. This suggests that inequality must be the basis of transaction, which is the actual fact. A transaction only occurs when both parties believe that what they are receiving is of higher value than what they are giving up.
Now, just stop right there. If I'm not getting, if I'm not getting an increased return on my initial investment in an intimate relationship, I'm probably going to start the microaggressions. Yes or no? Let's just be honest. You see the sweet side when everybody getting what they want. Soon as there is a lapse in the flow of whatever they signed up for, whatever they thought it was, you telling me the snide remarks, the insensitive jokes, the condescension, the not listening to you no more? First off, not responding to your text is a microaggression. Not returning your call is a microaggression. Do you see? That was an interesting little switch right there. You saw that, right? Dr. Orion Taraban. Relationships are predicated on inequality. This speaks to the power dynamics. Where you think the term, who you think you talking to, came from? That is the perfect linguistic representation of a relational imbalance. Who you think you're talking to? You must have lost your whole damn mind. That's where that came from. And when people sign up for things in relationship and they don't get it, whether it's peace, whether it's nurturing, whether it's being seen and heard, whether it's being loved on, touched, whatever, whether it's being coddled, taken care of, when they don't get it, they can slip into this disrespectful space of what we call tonight's topic, micro-invalidation. As a black man who was raised in the projects, I spent a few years in the projects. I wasn't raised there, but I heard people say, you just like your daddy. I've heard that. You no good like your daddy. You gonna be a failure like your dad. I've heard these things. Let's be honest. It's intrinsic in our relationships, and it's connected to our expectations not being fulfilled. Just look at the last time you broke up with somebody. Did you have the thought in your mind that they no longer care, or that they don't really rock with you, or they don't mess with you? That thought had to be associated to a corresponding behavior. Can we just, all right. Let me get True Monger back in here. True Measy, please give me your final thoughts, my friend.
Oh, boy. Like I was saying before, I appreciate validation whenever I receive it, but I don't seek it out. I don't thirst for it. I don't really need the external because I validate myself. I'm putting my self-work in. So I know what's being done and what's not. Whether the partner appreciates it or not, will reveal itself. I had to learn to grow in. I had to grow into that from my experiences in relationships and not expecting the validation. You know, if it happens organically, cool, but I'm not going to try to force it. I'm not going to try to say it's a requirement for you to always say something. It doesn't always have to be said. It could be shown. But, you know, everybody's not wired like me. Everybody's wired differently. Some people may need to hear it on a consistent basis, on a daily basis. I'm not built like that because I'm going to put the work in one way or another. Now, if we're having an open and honest communication and you're making me aware of something that I'm not seeing, cool. But if you just coming with the insults, trying to disguise them as jokes or whatever, and they're not actual jokes, yeah, after a while, I'm just going to tune you out.
How about that?
You know, but it all depends on how it's communicated. I can take progressive criticism. That's how I look at it. I don't, constructive, I got a thing with that word because you can build or destroy with that, which in order to get better, you got to build and destroy anyway. But I look at it as progression.
Right.
If you come at me with something that may be negative in the situation, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read into it, do my best to correct it if it needs to be corrected, and progress forward.
Understood. Hey, Truemonger, guess
Yes, sir.
what you just did, my brother?
Just brought Dallas in the building.
Dallas, Texas showed up. What city's going to show up next? All you got to do is call me, 1-800-920-1580. We got callers. Let's get them in here. We're going to go to Indianapolis. They've been on the longest. Then we're going to Oakland, California. Ronan, Indianapolis. Get in here.
Hey, what's good, though?
What up, bro? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Wow, this does touch a nerve a little bit in a good way. Being raised by a covert narcissist, it's still taking a long time to learn how to accept compliments or certain degrees of affection. You just you're in survival mode in a sense. Because when it comes to it, it's like you can't really fully miss what you never had, but then like when you receive it, it takes an adjustment to learn how to receive it. And the whole thing with the microaggressions, over the years, it came to where I would assess where it's coming from, and then once someone got a little comfortable, I get surgical with the sarcasm.
Keep going.
Okay, say for example, for an ex, like she was saying something getting on my nerves repeatedly, and I just came back like, "You're too beautiful to be this stupid."
As if beauty is related to intelligence. But keep going.
Even still, it's just like, it would be something as first as a defense mechanism, like basically like to check them off at a distance. But usually when it got down to it, like something's consistent, I would cut my time. I would cut my availability. Thing is like if it's not from the heart, I tell people don't even start. So, but there is a bad side to it. It's like then you start doing that to the wrong people. That can set off a chain reaction to not just hurt them, but yourself and other people around you too.
I love it, brother. I love it. I love the insight. As always, man, guess what you just did?
Brought Indianapolis back to the building.
Yes, sir. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, we're going to get it cracking. When I come forward, I really want to hear your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Call me. Share with me your insights. Because, hold on, let me do this. Before I go forward, I think I got a little bit of time. So, many of us struggle in intimate relationships, right? Which they call interpersonal relationships. We struggle with those relationships because we struggle with the intrapersonal interpersonal relationship. Intrapersonal relationship means the relationship with ourselves. We have a fully decked out ideological library that basically says, right? That basically says, this ideological library says, the person outside of me is supposed to bring me happiness, peace, contentment, joy, validation, acknowledgement, acceptance. Listen, based on what we know, and what we know is 80% of people in modern population in America have one of the three maladaptive attachment styles. So there's a longing, there's a wanting, there's a desire, there's a please fix me, please show up in the way I need you to show up. But the way our society is set up based on the concept of acquisition. It's not set up on the concept of inquisition. Inquisition is to look into self, right? We got so many people in this new era of folk. I call them newfangled folk. So many people in this new era of folk that want to distance themselves from ancient spiritual knowledge that said what? Relationship is a mirror. Well, what is it mirroring? You. The great Krishnamurti, the enemy is not the other. The enemy is you. Nah, we got a whole new generation that go, no. They messed up because of them. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Well, wait a minute. You live in a fine-tuned universe? The universe is so finely tuned that if any of the 12 or so universal constants were off just a little bit, there would be no life anywhere in all the known galaxies and universes. So the universe is finely tuned. All of the theoretical physicists are afraid to say divinely tuned. They'll say intellectual. Some powerful conscious, some powerful intellect must have meticulously tuned the universe for life. If any one of the universal constants were off, if the Big Bang, which is just a universal ejaculation, which goes back to the ancient, all of the ancient mystery systems are talking about this. Okay, listen. Noon, from the primordial waters of noon, the mound that emerged out of the waters of chaos, it's all the same stuff. Right? They don't want to say it's universal, right? Right? They don't want a universal God. If everything is fine-tuned, how are your relationships not? If all the ancients were saying your relationship is the spiritual university for you to graduate from yourself. If all of them are saying that, and I'm talking about ancient civilization, if all of that is saying that, this generation goes, nah, it's not my fault. They showed up like that. This person did this to me. Everywhere else, no, didn't happen to you, happened for you. Everywhere else in the spiritual realm, no, didn't happen to you, happened for you. This generation, no, it happened to me. When I come forward, the voice of reason, going back to the phone lines, let's get it.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hi, Tavis Smiley here. We're getting closer to June 18th and time is running out for you to register to join us for our historic symposium live on C-SPAN, Tuesday, June 18th, 4 to 7 p.m. at the California Science Center in Exposition Park. Admission is free, but you must register at KBLA1580.com right now if you want to be in the audience when the nation will see for the first time ever a stage full of brilliant black folk talking about the urgency of now. climate justice, climate equity, climate resilience. It's all going down. Well, it's actually all going up. Tuesday, June 18th, 4 to 7 p.m., live from the California Science Center in Exposition Park. Again, admission is free, but we're filling up fast. So if I were you, I would log on right now to KBLA1580.com to reserve your seat. Caring about the climate, caring about the community. We're KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy, and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hey, Zoe Williams here. Not feeling yourself lately? Has your weight loss plateaued? If so, it's time to embrace the D-Herbs Full Body Cleanse, a cleansing regimen that can help you lose 10 to 30 pounds in just 20 days. The D-Herb Cleanse also helps to boost your immune system, improve your mental clarity, clear up your skin, and improve your digestion. This cleanse is like a factory reset for your health. The Full Body Cleanse is a great way to propel you into a healthier lifestyle. With summer just around the corner, there's never been a better time to initiate that weight loss and reboot your system. Go to dherbs.com and order your Full Body Cleanse today, or call 866-434-3727. Enter KBLA 1580 at checkout for a discount. D-Herbs, experience and healing.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Young teacher, the subject of schoolgirl fantasy. She wants him so badly, knows what she wants to be. Inside her, there's longing. This girl's an open page, bookmarking. She's so close now. This girl is half his age. Don't stand.
Jump
address microaggressions, either those that you're experiencing or maybe that you're observing. Well, I find it helpful to think about these situations in terms of a skill we teach called CPR. It stands for content, pattern, and relationship, and it's a way of thinking about complex problems and unbundling or unpacking them. In this case, content is the immediate pain or concern, and with a microaggression, it's often not the issue. The issue instead is the pattern of those microaggressions over time and how they're impacting our relationships. But here's how it's a little bit different. I think sometimes the microaggression, we have to realize that while I may have only done that once, and so for me it's a content issue, for the person experiencing it, it is a part of a long-standing pattern of how they are experiencing the world and the workplace. So we need to see that pattern through their eyes, not through ours. It can be easy to say, oh wait, but I've just done this once, why are you getting so upset? It's because they have experienced a long-standing pattern.
No, I disagree. I'm not saying she's incorrect. She's right. People are seeing it the way they were raised. But I will not capitulate to your conditioning. You're basically saying the person who has been conditioned to not be in a relationship with another flawed human being, you have to give way to their conditioning. This is a person who has lived this way for so long. You have to step back. No, they have to step up. The great Krishnamurti said it this way: the truth will never condescend to where you are. You have to climb the mountain of reality to meet the truth where it's at. So you're going to take that same principle and apply it to intimate relationship. Oh, I got to condescend because you are conditioned that. No, I will not. And you should not. I'm sorry. Tonight's topic: micro invalidations in intimate relationship. Happens all the time. One of the hardest things for people to do is acknowledge another perspective. It's easy to think in black and white. It's difficult to come from a nuanced perspective. We talked about this last week when we talked about maybe logic. Robert Anton Wilson's maybe logic. He called it maybe logic because it was created. I didn't even talk about this on that show. It was created from a science called E prime. Right? Or science created a language to explain the mathematics. The math was so complicated. Fourth dimensional mathematics. They had to create E prime. English without is, are, or to be. Because they don't really know anything. Neither does your partner. They don't know your experience. This is about to get even deeper. When we come forward, I'm going back to the phone lines. We got people all over here. They want to talk. Let's get it.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Maryland Governor Wes Moore has ordered Maryland flags to fly at half staff until a murdered parole officer is laid to rest. 33-year-old Agent Davis Martinez was found dead recently in the home of a registered sex offender he was checking on in Chevy Chase. The suspect, 54-year-old Emmanuel Sewell, was arrested on a second-degree murder warrant near Hurricane, Virginia. Governor Moore, who is black, says the entire state grieves the loss of Agent Martinez along with those he held dear. Conversations in Tennessee are expected to continue about transferring the power of the Shelby County Youth Justice and Education Center over to the Shelby County Juvenile Court. The county sheriff's office has been running it since 2015. However, it has no obligation to do so. Earlier this year, Black Sheriff Floyd Bonner said the intention was to transfer the operation to the juvenile court by the end of the year. No official date has been determined, and Shelby County commissioners are expected to address that at an upcoming meeting. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
When I move my body, I feel like freedom. Happy anniversary, KBLA.
Talk radio station west of the Mississippi.
And they wondered if a black talk radio station would work in Southern California.
Y'all did it!
Well, KBLA Talk 1580 toasts its 3rd anniversary on Juneteenth, and you're invited to celebrate with us.
Hey, Tabby Smiley, y'all the bomb.
All you have to do is go to KBLA1580.com right now and sign up. Admission is free, but mandatory, and space is limited. Once we reach capacity, we'll have to cut off the online registration, but it's open right now.
Oh my God.
So don't delay.
Thank you guys for being the best at what you do.
Log on to KBLATalk1580.com right now and register to join us for an afternoon of good music, good people, and good vibes.
Happy anniversary.
Wednesday, June 19th, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. We will provide the food and drink, but be sure to bring your low-back chairs, blankets, and your personal picnic baskets.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Let's celebrate 3 years of being the most trusted, credible, and reliable source of news and information.
We love you, KBLA.
We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're black and stride again.
Black and stride again.
Happy anniversary.
Did you know addiction to drugs like meth or cocaine is a disease and not a choice? But getting help is. If you have stimulant use disorder, you, your family, and friends may have a lot of questions, including where to start. Choose Change California can help. Make a change today and find a proven treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
If we're the ones disproportionately impacted by these climate catastrophes,
Why should we be silent?
turning up the volume all year long on the climate conversation for KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, LA, it's time to step up and be a climate change hero. Go Metro and help us shape a better future for all Angelinos. From enhancing our diverse communities to preserving our planet, Metro is dedicated to making a positive impact with every ride. Start your journey at metro.net.
You know where you want to go in life, and City National Bank can help. City National knows the dedication it takes to build your vision for the future into a reality, and our team is here for you. We have a wide range of options to help, from personal savings accounts to interest-bearing money market savings accounts and more, all designed to help you get where you want to go. City National, here for every stage of the journey. Learn more at cnb.com. City National Bank is a subsidiary of Royal Bank of Canada, member FDIC.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights, though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Wait. Hold on. My young brother, let me just ask you a question. Are you hip to the police? Are you hip to their discography? The powerful records that they created? Now, some would argue they're a little culture vulture-ish because they jacked a lot of the rhythms from the reggae bands. They were heavily influenced by, reggae music. Bob Marley and Stuart Copeland, who is the drummer, is the one who set all of those rhythms, and he's one of the greatest rock drummers in the history of drummers. But he'll tell you, I got most of my riffs and rhythms from the Jamaican artist, and this is why I appreciate the Police so much, is because, they incorporated that, but they weren't afraid to say, yo, these rhythms come from Jamaica. Go ahead, Andy.
I was just going to say, when are we going to stop with the whole culture vulture type stuff? You know what I mean? I appreciate the fact that, I didn't know this information about the police, but shout out to them for, acknowledging.
Why you say it like NWA?
What do you mean?
The police.
Come on, man, I'm from Los Angeles.
I got you.
But I just, we hear this so much, in hip hop, the Drake, Kendrick. Why can't we just all be inspired by each other's cultures and just take it for what it is?
You know why? Because the one culture that has never really been truly accredited for its contribution, right? We created rock and roll. They took it. All you got to do to see the gap, even in academia, right? In academia, you write a paper and you say something I said,
right? You
better cite your source.
Hey, absolutely.
Well, hold on. You better cite your source. We're the source. We don't get cited. We created ragtime. We created rhythm and blues. We created jazz. We created hip hop. R&B. Right? We created everything, but it doesn't get properly cited. So this is why the Police, one of the groups I greatly appreciate, because they're not afraid to say, yo, we got this from Bob Marley. We got this. You understand what I'm saying? They'll acknowledge the Jamaican influence, the rhythmic influence of the islands, man. And you got to give them credit for that. Go ahead.
But I feel like at the same time, take Eminem, for example.
He
feel like
acknowledges too.
I feel like he saluted,
yes.
But he still will get the culture vulture, tagline sometimes.
Well, you're right. Sometimes, but he's no Elvis. That's why I like the way Michael handled Elvis. Michael said, we're going to do This Place Hotel instead of Heartbreak Hotel. That's what we're going to do. And then I'm going to marry your daughter. I like the way Michael handled the whole situation. Listen, man. But there's a record I've been waiting to hear that encapsulates that rhythmic groove, man, wrapped around your finger. I need to hear it.
You can't sit
you want to know how to create a really great relationship with your partner, I say all the time that great relationships aren't built in a day. Great relationships are built daily. And the way to get there is through something called micro connections. You know, we connect all the time with our partners on the bigger things, whether or not to buy a house and what to do, maybe to do with investments and what school the kids should go to or whether to have a kid. Or, you know, these are times when often couples are pretty good and can come together in a pretty major way, but they still find that the day-to-day they don't feel connected. And that's because of these micro connections being missing. So I want you to think of them on a couple levels. One is really three, not one, not two. So one is on the physical level. Micro connections all day on the physical level are really important. Kissing your partner before they go off to work maybe, or just when you wake up in the morning, or when you go to sleep at night, or during the day, touching them. Just skin-to-skin contact releases a hormone called oxytocin, which is a bonding hormone, so you can't beat it. Also releases vasopressin, which is a hormone that helps us relax. So it is a great, and if you've probably noticed that if you ever touch someone when you're talking to them.
And listen, y'all know what this is. This is real work. This is real work that must be done. I've attempted micro connections. My last relationship. Let's write 10 things. Let's write 10 things about each other. Right? That express how we truly feel. Doesn't always work. You know why? Because most people don't value the spiritual effort. Why? You know why they don't value the spiritual effort? Because the spiritual effort is a little bit more intangible. It's not really something you can grasp. See, if I had the money, I would do what Kobe did. Here's a $4 million ring. Right? Sometimes the spiritual effort doesn't have the same resonance because spiritually speaking, you have to be at a certain level of consciousness to be able to recognize the resonance, to feel the resonance. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. I need you guys to understand tonight, man. These micro invalidations for many relationships are ubiquitous. They're everywhere throughout the relationship. Micro invalidation, a subtle form of emotional, listen very carefully, a subtle form of emotional undermining is a pervasive issue in intimate relationship. It often goes unnoticed. Yet its impact on relational dynamics and individual well-being can be profound. Tonight, we talked about the complexities of micro-invalidation through the lens of metaphysics, psychology, and spirituality, addressing pivotal questions that probe its origins, its effects, and potential resolutions. Is it narcissistic devaluation? Microinvalidation can indeed be a precursor to narcissistic devaluation. Both behaviors share a common thread of undermining the partner's reality and self-worth. Narcissistic devaluation is more overt and aggressive form of this invalidation, but they're still cousins. Man, this is real stuff tonight. Have you experienced it? Has it happened to you? Or even worse, have you invalidated your partner? Let's get to it. 1-800-920-1580. Let's get these callers in here. Who's been on the longest? Sean, Oakland, California. Get in here, Sean.
Brother Zoe. So, wow, what an amazing conversation. So you got all the technical details. I'm going to tell you my experience in a relationship the only way I can, because that's all I got. You know, my thing is when you are in a relationship that you want to, you know, maintain. Now, let's not talk about when I was really young and it had a lot to do about sex and you knew we weren't going to be together and all that, but maybe they had intentions, that kind of thing. I'm talking about, you know, when you really want to have one of these you maintain, you know, you got to listen to what the other person says that's important to them. and this you can elaborate on with your details, but you have to listen to what they have to say, because a lot of times they're going to say things, and I've been married a long time, they're going to say things that aren't important to you. Do you think, how is that a priority? I mean, I go through my head. I'm like, really? Is this it? But I know my better half for so long that I understand that's what's important to her. Mm-hmm. That's what's important to her. So I'm going to do it. Mm-hmm. Out of my agenda, I'm going to go off of my path. I'm going to go into what she, really wants me to do. I'm going to go totally off of my thought process, and I am going to do that because I know that's going to make her a little bit more happy. And you know what that does is it moves your relationship forward.
Man, I appreciate you, Sean. You always hang on the line. You always call in. Nothing but love, nothing but appreciation. Thank you, my friend.
Love you, brother.
Oakland, California in the building because of Sean. When we come forward, we're going to Atlanta, Georgia, and we're going to Jacksonville, Florida. Let's get it.
Is it good to you? Good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
We ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well-trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
Do you have both Medi-Cal and Medicare?
If so, the new LA Care plan called Medicare Plus can help you get the most out of your health plan for $0.
LA Care provides personalized service to Angelinos like us.
Plus, it gives us access to doctors and specialists across Los Angeles County.
For zero cost, we get access to full benefits.
From vision coverage,
in-home support services,
to prescription drug coverage,
and a quarterly over-the-counter allowance,
plus personal equipment,
meal programs,
a gym membership,
and so much more.
For more than 25 years,
LA Care has provided Angelinos with access to quality health care at an affordable cost.
For our families,
our seniors,
our community,
it's a plus.
It's a plus
for all of us.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, that's a 3-member band. There's only 3 people in that band. Jeez, the Police were on fire. If you don't like the Police, I don't know what to say. One of the greatest rock groups in the world. And I can listen to rock music because I can hear all the way back to its inception. So I hear the blues rhythms. I hear all of that, man. Oh, the Police was my co-host tonight, and I'm enjoying it. We got a couple of callers left, and I want to get to them right now to get their final thoughts on today's topic. Let's do it right now. We got Nazarene X, Atlanta, Georgia. Get in here, brother. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Peace and love. Real quick, this whole topic, as it progressed as well, it reminded me of how people tend to do Floyd Mayweather, right? Because it's like, people just mad that they can't beat him, so they like micro invalidate him, like, oh, he don't punch enough.
Yeah, you see it. He got brittle hands, and he don't have a lot of punching power. Boring fights, all of that. Yeah, keep going.
Exactly. So I think it's just like that tactician type of move, but it's just something there that, as I was looking to keep it all together, you know, that concept of being in the ring, per se, like in your relationship. Like, I know it's a different context when you're supposed to be together, like, you know, not against one another. But when you in that ring and, you know, the pressure's on or something like that, people look at your performance, so to speak, or try to pick you apart, maybe even like from a psychological standpoint, again, with our relationships. Like, if you're trying to get under someone's skin, that's where you might play head games. Like, if you can't do this and the third, you're trying to get somebody to drop their defenses so you can land some kind of attack. But I think it's something to look at. I want to leave room for the next call. Again, I really, really love this show and appreciate you as always, man.
Thank you, brother. We appreciate it. You brought Atlanta, Georgia in the building. Let's jump on over to Jacksonville, Florida. Jacksonville, get in here. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Hey, I agree with Nazarene. It's a great show, great topic. I just want to say, I hear you, microaggressions, invalidating validating each other. But I want to take a spin on it, and I think validations are definitely, I would say, needed in a relationship.
Sure, yes.
For me, to stay connected on all levels. You know what I'm saying? So,
I hear you, babe. I hear you.
Yeah, I mean,
you need a hug every now and again, Mimi. Mimi need a hug.
More than a hug, but yeah.
Okay, here I tried to give you what you needed, and Mimi said, "I want some more. Give me some more."
I'm gonna be honest.
Hey, play Busta Rhymes. Give me some more. Hey.
I'm being honest.
I know.
That's validating each other a lot.
Absolutely. And ain't nothing wrong with that. No, ain't nothing wrong with that. So I appreciate you, Mimi. Thank you for coming in here and sharing your insight with us. Ain't nothing but love. You brought Jacksonville, Florida in the building. Let me give you some of my final thoughts here. Suffering is a conduit to growth. Right? But only if you acknowledge it without judgment. You don't have to suffer. You suffer because you avoid. If you avoid the suffering, you will continue to suffer. When you embrace suffering, right, and you love on it empathetically, lovingly, caringly, suffering will wilt in the warmth of your heart. It will wilt. This is why the great Krishnamurti said suffering is common to all humanity. Now watch this. He also said there is conflict in comparison. You micro invalidate, because somewhere in your little broken heart, you were taught to compare. Oh, this ain't right for me. This ain't right. That ain't right. They should do this. They should do. So there is conflict in comparison. A real man would do this. A real woman would show up this way. Do you see? We create the conflict we say we don't want through the judgment of another. But when it's time for us to take the defendant seat in the court of ourselves, we don't even show up. We get a FTA, a failure to appear. You understand? It's unfortunate, but that's what it is. Krishnamurti said suffering is common to all humanity. Right? We don't see that, though. Now watch this. To tie it all up, Krishnamurti said this as well. If there was no me, would there be suffering? When he says me as the center is the ego. If there was no ego, no personality, no person that puts themselves on a plateau that says this, and that, all of this is beneath me, would there be any suffering? Listen, we start the conversations. It's really up to you to finish them. We had an extraordinary topic tonight. I'm not right about any of it, but I'm glad we had the conversation. I'll see you tomorrow with another slapper. Deuces!